Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, your #1 source for eco tips and tricks tutorials. Here I am back in our little solo player world, and today I'm going to continue research on the different things necessary to advance. I'm also going to work on getting some of the basic upgrades that we need here. So I should be able to do that basic upgrade for, what am I at currently, 2? Almost 3. So I do need to get quite a bit more stone there. And then we're also going to work on making some more of these basic upgrades as well, so that I can go through how each of these work and create one of each of the different tiers. So I'm going to go ahead and just start mining out some iron here, and I'll come back once I have gotten a decent amount of that. Okay, so I've gotten enough of those hewn logs to get basic engineering, the dendrology research papers, and I've gotten basic engineering here, so I'm going to go ahead and learn that. I'm going to give myself a level. Skills level up user, so that I can acquire that one. And we'll go ahead and get was it basic engineering? There we go. We'll go ahead and learn that one. Alright, looks like I've gotten a couple different skills here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that one. Let's see here, this is for logging. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reduce the calorie cost. Yes, there we go, good. Carpentry, I'm not quite high enough there yet. Let's go increases movement speed in explored areas. Let's see here, gathering. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick, let's see here, lower the calorie cost. And farming we don't have quite high enough yet. For hunting, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick, let's see here, doubles the headshot damage multiplier. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that one, Deadeye. That's quite powerful when it comes to hunting. And for masonry, I'm going to go ahead and do doubles the speed of related tables when alone. So that will help that to go a little bit faster. And good. Okay, butchery. Oh, I've learned that one. Let's go ahead and get that. There we go. And we'll go ahead and specialize. 0 available specialties. One moment, why can't I do that? Alert butchery, there we go, perfect. Okay, so that's gotten me those. Let's go ahead and see about getting ourselves a butchery table. Let's see here, that I believe is made in here. Oop, not in here, sorry, that's the stockpile. Right here on my workbench. Well, no, it's not there either. These are the things that I need for making, let's see here, the rocker box and the arrastra. Those are both basic engineering are required for making those. Mining, Oh, and the wheelbarrow. Definitely want to make one of those. To do that, though, I'm going to have to make the Wainwright table. There's the butchery table, perfect. Let's go ahead and order one of those. 20 boards. And let's see here, Wainwright table, okay. Butchery table, 20 boards and 15 logs. So I'm going to go ahead and gather those. And I'll be back after I have gotten all of them. Okay, so we've gotten the logs. And we've got those going into the butchery table there and into the Wainwright table. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can, well, let's see here, we're going to need some food first. Let's see here, what can I get? I've got, oh, there we go. Ooh, and we've got a meaty stew as well. Let's go ahead and have that. Very good. And we'll do that. Alright, I'm going to see Wainwright tables crafting. So I'm going to see if I can dig out a little bit more rock here and see if I can find some iron, because that's really the next big thing there. I think I'm getting pretty close. Level up in mining there. Let's see here. I think I'm probably down to the level here. 47. Let's go ahead and go up to the surface here and see how far down we are. 61. Okay, so really not that far below the surface then. We'll go ahead and take these over. There we go. And I'm just going to set this to doing some dendrology, not dendrology, sorry, geology research paper. There we go. Let's do 10 of these. They're used in a lot of different things, and it's a quick and easy way to get rid of some of that stone. So go ahead and we'll just use that stone up for those geology papers. I'm also going to see, like I said, if I can find some iron down here. I've got the feeling we're pretty close. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Iron right there. I didn't plan that. That was totally coincidental. Looks like I've broken my pickaxe, so I'm going to go ahead and repair that. And then we're going to go ahead and start mining out that iron. And we'll really start getting into some of the fun bits. So the first thing that I'm going to need to do here, Wainwright table, that should be done here pretty quickly. And the butchery table is done as well. I'm going to go ahead and see about crafting an arrastra. Going to need plenty of boards there, so we'll go ahead. Yep, we've got 10 of them. We need 30 rock and 5 logs. So we'll go ahead and chop down a couple more trees here and get the logs that we need. There we go. Just chop this one down quickly. And as you can see, because of the calorie reduction that I chose there with logging, we're not using nearly as many calories for chopping down the trees, and so we've got a little bit more to spare for doing other things. There we go. And what else do we need here? Ooh, wait a moment, something's not there. We go. Arrastra. Okay, so we still need 30 rock. Let's go ahead and mine that out as well. A couple quick trips here for getting around. If you kind of do that jog forward and to the right and then jog forward and to the left kind of thing while sprinting, it will allow you to travel a little bit faster, and so just makes it a little bit easier getting backwards and forwards from one spot to another. And there we go, there's quite a bit of iron down here. Iron in 9.0 spawns in very large veins. They're generally somewhere between 4 and 6 blocks deep, and they can be, gosh, I've seen some 15, 20, 30, even 40 blocks across in both directions. So you can be pulling anywhere from several hundred to several thousand iron out of one location with hardly any effort at all. You just got to go down there and break the blocks and mine it out. Literally is all the work that's involved, which it's a good thing, because rock and iron, iron is much more labor intensive, and also many more resources required to actually get them. So let's see here, the arrastra, still looking for another 19. Why is it looking for another 9? Oh, that's why, because this is gobbling them up. Okay, so that should be done there. Let's go ahead and tell this stop taking all of our rock out of there. There we go. That's another critical point, is inventory control. You basically want to stop things from just grabbing all of your rock. As you can see there, you can be spending a lot of time digging out rock and going, where's it all going? Yeah, it's being gobbled up by some project or another. There we go. Alright, that should get us that, and no, we've still got masonry 3. Okay, so we're gonna have to continue making some of those. Alright, and that should get that arrastra finished. Perfect. 2 more minutes and that'll be done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and see about making ourselves another large stockpile here. There we go. Stockpile requires 10. Go ahead and do the work on that and chop down yet another tree. Oh well, I suppose we'll do a cactus. They're a little bit easier to take down. There we go. And at some point I'm going to have to break those up, make myself a wooden hoe, and do some planting, because otherwise I'm going to run out of food here pretty quickly. And the fact that when you're playing on a single player world, the food does not grow back nearly as quickly. The perceived time is a lot slower, because it takes several hours for stuff to grow, and so sometimes you're just sitting in your tent and sleeping for 10 hours waiting for your plants to grow back. Okay, so while that arrastra is being made, I'm going to go ahead and start mining out some iron here. And as you'll see when we start getting into the iron production, you need a lot of iron. We're talking in the hundreds and sometimes even thousands of chunks just to really get started with iron production. So I'm going to go ahead and drop those there. We're also going to need to make ourselves, let's see here, let's do a windmill. No, a windmill is going to need cloth, so let's go with a water wheel. And those are made only at the right there. So let's go ahead and grab these, and we're going to see if we can build our house a little bit larger here and get it up to the size that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and then I will come back once I've got a house big enough to put another tool into. Okay, so we are back. I was able to get the arrastra constructed. I've also gotten a couple of water wheels and gotten these set up over here in the lake. Well, I suppose actually this is the ocean, and I've got those turning there, and those are supplying the mechanical power for the arrastra. This is a simplified rock crusher, and basically allows you to make crushed rock and crushed iron ore. So the crushed iron ore is the first step in making metal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start making crushed iron ore. I'm also going to go over here and I'll show you where I've gotten the water wheels. Those are actually made in here at the carpentry table. Let's see here, we'll scroll all the way down, and there we go, there's the water wheel. So those require boards and hewn logs, and then those can be turned into water wheels and used to produce mechanical power. So that's the basics of getting those set up, and as long as they're within about 10 blocks or so of the mechanical power source, they will run. And then that one's also within about 10 blocks of my large storage here, so I should be able to just take everything up from my mine, put it right into there, and this will do all of the crushing right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do an order for, say, 20 of those. It is going to require 2,000 labor, and I was able to do all of that because well, first of all, I can fit 4,200 calories inside my stomach now, but also because I've got my mining up a little bit. Let's see, it's level 2 now, and so I'm able to produce labor at a little bit less of calorie expenditure, and so I can make things a little bit cheaper. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll start mining out some iron here. The recipe in here requires 12 iron ore per crushed iron ore, and you get 2 out of there. So it's a 6-to-1 ratio of the iron ore chunks to the crushed iron ore. So a little bit expensive when you first start out. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to mine all down here, and we'll basically see how far this vein goes. For those of you who are following along on the same world, who use the same seed as I did, now you know where to find all of the iron ore that you'll need, and that's really the first critical breakthrough. Once you get the iron, and it looks like we're out of food there. Once you get the iron, things start to go quite a bit faster. Making the iron is still dreadfully slow, but yes, it's definitely doable. And if you have a decent number of hours to grind into the game, it can be quite rewarding. However, you do have to have a decent number of hours to actually put into the game. Oh, too hungry. Oh, there we go. Before it really can start to pay off. There we go. What are those? Ooh, lots of fat in them. Okay, we'll have to eat some of those next time around. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to continue working on this, and crushed iron ore, collect. Apparently that is a bit too far away, so I may have to move this, or I suppose I can always just create myself a little stockpile in there. And there's no way to do that. Ugh. Not enough room. So you really do have to have a stockpile there where you can actually access that. And it looks like let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm probably about 2 blocks too far. So let's go and rob this one out of here. And we'll just plunk this one down right there and tell this, yes, you can access the stockpile and the tiny stockpile. Ooh, and I might... There we go, perfect, that's got that working. So that can go ahead and access this now. I thought it was close enough. This right here is the crushed iron ore. That's the crushed sandstone. The crushed sandstone can be turned into clay. Sorry, not clay, sand with a rocker box. another device that's made with the basic engineering, very critical. And then of course that sand can be used to be turned into either masonry mortar, or you can always use it for making glass, which is a quite cheap entry-level material into tier 2 materials. It does require a decent amount of fuel, but since we have a lot of that in the form of the coal down in the other mine, I'm not worried about that. We'll have more than enough of that. So we've gotten the basics of metal working, well, at least producing crushed iron ore. We've found iron ore. We've gotten the basics of the engineering that we need to be able to progress, the basic engineering skill. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this one right here. And in the next episode, we will see about actually using some of this crushed iron ore to turn into some iron bars. So we'll need to make ourselves a bloomery, a rocker box, rocker box and bloomery. Yep, and those will be the two items that we need. We'll also need to make ourselves a kiln and put that down. And we'll need to build the house quite a bit larger to do that. So there's a decent amount of work that needs done before we can really get a whole lot farther. So I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time here building out my house, and generally just making this big enough to accept all of the different crafting tables and everything that I need into here. We've got 96 and let's see here, 96 status, 75 out of 96, so I could add another 4 here and get another crafting table into here. But yes, lots of building is going to need done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. Ta-ta.